I need you to begin rejecting those statements about them deciding your fate, your life,
Yeah.
your body. Tell them what you need to tell them about them making decisions about your body and your life. As you put yourself there about ready to get your breasts removed on a table, I want you to know you've been on these tables before. You know how this goes the minute you get wheeled into a room like that. What can you do now? What do you need to do? What does your soul need to do now using its body? Make it very clear that you cannot remove my breast. You cannot do anything to me that I don't want done to me. Now, there's a part of you that knows you have value. There's a part of you that knows you have worth and a reason to be here other than being an experiment. What you need to say and do that you didn't get a chance to say and do then, even if it's just in your mind, to get out of this experiment, to get out of their insanity. It begins with just you separating yourself from their insanity and defining them. But you define you define them. You define them. You tell them. Part that can do that. True.
The thing that I'm crying so much. I feel completely paralyzed.
That's a voice. That's a voice. What's the voice that's paralyzing you? It's always a voice. It's a voice they've been trying to instill in you in all of these experiments. It's a voice put into you through this torture. They're reinforcing the torture with a voice, with a message that we will destroy you to the very end. We are going to destroy you now, and then we're going to destroy you until the very end, and we'll decide when the end is going to be. How do you feel hearing that? How do you feel knowing they can say and do that?
Yes, and that's it. That is telling me, if you move one finger, I'm gonna cut your eye with my knife, and you're gonna lose your sight. And because I moved, and because I was crying, they removed my eyes. So because of me, because I was not quiet.
So the belief is, if I move, I'll be tortured?
Yeah, even more. Sorry, it's so strong.
Okay, there's a part of you that can move, that can reject this. There's a part of you that muster up the energy There's a part of you that can fight back.
And there's also the part of me that doesn't want to fight anymore. There's a part of me that says, I give up. I just give up. I know it's not 100% of myself, but this part is so strong.
Listen, they got you good, they got you where they want you.
Yeah. I'm just nothing in nowhere.
In a state of worthlessness.
What?
A state of worthlessness. That's what they want. They want you to believe them. They want you to believe everything they're saying as true. And they've got you. They've got you convinced.
Yeah.
They've got you convinced. And that was their objective.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they would have killed you a long time ago. That no, they want to know, if we torture you enough, will you eventually admit that you're worthless?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. So anyway, I'm worthless without my eyes, without my liver, with all these, you know,
Breast.
surgery. Yeah, my breast removed and all these rapes and the mercury in my veins and just it just messed up my physical body. So I just I'm just nothing anymore in nowhere. That's where I am actually. Nothing anymore in nowhere. Oh, just
To find
sorry.
you need to find that part of you that does have the energy to move through this.
Yeah, I will find it. But they work so strongly to suppress it.
They were so strong in getting me to suppress what?
The part of me that wants to fight. Because I've been fighting the whole time and they knew it. So they wanted to suppress the part of me that was fighting. And they managed. So I don't know, I just feel completely numb and paralyzed. I don't want to stay here.
Managed to break you down. So now I feel numbed and paralyzed.
But if I am really genuine, I think this is exactly what I felt inside of me my whole life, this lifetime. I always had the feeling that I was in a very dark and black tunnel, and I was searching for the light all the time. And I could never find the light. I'm exhausted. Oh, sorry, I'm just leaving my body. I have to come back. It's automatic. I don't do anything in purpose. I just feel like my energy is leaving my body. I will come back. I don't. It's so painful when I come back in my body.
Okay, as you get back in touch with that body, that painful body,
Yeah.
what's the first part of your body that comes to mind that needs to release the pain?
Something moving in my hips. Oh. I feel some energy coming up.
Keep doing that. Keep expressing. Let's talk to it. Talk through it, scream through it, yell through it. You'd always communicate with your
I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I want to be with you.
boy.
I don't want to be with you. You're not human, you're just demons.
Say it again.
You're demons, you're coming from hell. You're demons.
Go again. Go ahead. Talk through it. Get it out. Keep talking to them. Tell them what they can't do.
I hate you. I hate you for what you did to me. And what you did to the others.
Say it again.
I hate you. And I will hate you to the end of my life. My lifetime. I will never forget you. And you know what, my parents, they just forced me to learn German. It was like a torture going to German lessons for 5 years. And I don't know how to speak one word in German because I hate this language. And I was forced to go there. Even when I was a teenager. I hate you! I hate my parents! I hate my family! It's terrible. I would like them to be in a camp just to know what they did to us. Just to feel it. I want to kill them. I want to kill you. I'm going to kill you.
Now direct this anger back at the Nazis. Get back at those that have been torturing you for many years, since the age of 12, before raping you, removing your breast, your liver, removing
My eyes.
your eyes.
My virginity as well.
Release their voices from your body.
The color is red. I feel so much despair and sadness. And it's like everything has been destroyed. Everything. And when I left my family when I was 18 and I started to study medicine, that's exactly the feeling I had. That I was getting out of my family finally. But I was looking at this battlefield and everything was burnt and destroyed. And I was in the middle of nowhere. And I had to start my life again. And I had to fight alone. That's exactly what I felt. I was only 18. I was talking to people. I was so aggressive. I was just like killing people with words. And I just wanted to be nice and gentle, but I just couldn't because the voice I used was so aggressive and violent.
What is that voice? What is that word?
It's just me talking to people. I was very aggressive, and I had no intention to be aggressive, but that's the word that was coming from my mouth, and I was.
Who were you angry at up until 8? Who was that anger coming from?
My father.
What's the one thing your father said that has most tortured you?
Yeah. That's the only relationship I had with my father. At least when he was beating me or torturing me, he was taking care of me. Otherwise, I was just a ghost for him. He didn't see me. So I was important for my father when he was beating me.
When he beat you, what's the one thing that comes to mind?
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you because you're just nothing, and you think you're important, but you're just nothing. I am the boss. I am the manager. I am the chief. I am the father. You're just nothing.
Okay, now connect that to your past life. Connect that to what was being said during these medical experiments.
We are the master and you're the slave. And we are going to kill you when we want. We are going to experiment on you when we want. And you cannot decide anything because you're just a slave. I just can't believe what I say.
Yeah, it's because it's a lot of confusion that you've been exposed to. A lot of these experiments with all of the torture has confused your mind, but you have the ability to release this confusion. Give it back. Release it. You don't have to get it, but you have to release it. You have to give it back. You don't need forgiveness. You don't need to forgive anybody, and you don't need to forgive them. But you need to release them. You need to release their confusion if they're not willing out of it. Say, release your father. What do you need to say to him? About managing your life and beating you and torturing you here. What do you need to say back to him?
Dad, you wanted to kill me, but you killed my life. You killed my life. You killed my body as well. That's my mother, she did. I'll beat you like you beat me.
Okay, you can beat back. Go ahead, talk through it like you beat that.
I'll beat you like you beat me. I'm gonna give you your right back. I'm gonna give you your right back. It's yours. Not mine. It's yours. I'm not a monster.
You're not a monster.
I'm not a monster. I'm not responsible of the divorce. I'm not responsible of you. I'm not responsible of your sadness. I'm not responsible for anything.
Take some deep breaths here.
Sorry.
Take some deep breaths. You're doing fine. Releasing this anger. You're releasing this abuse. Releasing confusion. This is exactly what you need to do. To begin finishing this cycle of victimization, cycle of abuse.
You kill me. You kill me. You like it. You like it. He was taking pleasure to destroy his own daughter. I will never let you do this anymore. I will never be your daughter anymore. I don't know if my father was a Nazi, but he was a monster. And the inner child was an angel. So it was very confusing as well, because I didn't know who he really was. I was trying to take care of him. I was trying to hold the beautiful part of him that he forgot.
Try to lay on your. It's becoming difficult to hear you. Just lay on your back if you could. Just press and.
Sorry.
It's okay. You're making connections and they're intense, and I understand. Just want to be able to hear you better. So.
You want me to repeat?
Say it again.
Do you want me to repeat?
You can.
Just said that my father was a monster, and the monster was an adult, but the inner child was like an angel. And as a child, I was trying to hold this angel in my arms and dealing with the monster. Because I was just trying to save my father from this madness and confusion. So I just took his confusion in me.
Right. When you try to hold in anger, while dealing with a monster, realize that's exactly what you were doing in the past life too, while they're doing these experiments on you. You had no choice but to hold that anger in and to take the abuse and the torture without the anesthesia, with all of this madness from these surgeons removing your body parts. You now need to direct it at them. You unconsciously recreated parents that are continuing a script of abuse. You now direct it at the past life perpetrators. I want you to just right when they're ready to remove your breast, when we began the session today. I want you to stop that. I want you to stop them this time. I know they used threats and told you they'd remove your fingers and torture you more if you move, but you need to reject that statement now. In a position now where you can reject it, you can move your hands, you can kick, you can scream, you can yell, you can defend yourself, you can.
Well, actually, they told me that if I was moving one finger, they would remove my eyes, and that's why they removed my eyes, because I was not quiet. So.
Okay. You don't need to be quiet now.
Okay.
You can move your body. Speak.
Okay.
Okay. Pillow. You can hit them. You can fight them. You can heal them. Whatever you want in your mind to finish it. Tell them what they can't do.
Yeah, I'm coming back. I'm gonna kill you.
Remember, as they're spitting on your face and slapping you in the face after those telling you you're nothing. What's the truth about you being nothing?
I'm not nothing. I'm a human being.
Going.
I'm a woman. I'm a young woman. Just got nothing. You can't see me, but I know who I am. I know who I am. And I'm not a word of what you say about me.
You're not an experiment for them. You're not an experiment.
I'm not an experiment for you. I'm not an experiment for you. Not anymore. Not anymore.
Okay, breathe.
want to kill them.
Yeah, do that in your mind. You can do that. You say to them, if you were to kill them, you always use dialogue like we're using dialogue on you. Go use it.
I want to kill you because you don't deserve to live. You're just killing people. And they didn't do anything to you to be killed. Just monsters and demons. You deserve to go to hell.
Get your eyes back, get your liver back, get your breasts back. Connect your body here and get everything back. To yourself, sense of yourself, getting all of your body parts back so you have full energy.
Yeah, because my liver is still so painful.
Yeah. See that as you heard them in this past life, with those voices that have been haunting you ever since, that have been making you feel you have no rights to be alive. And as your parents reinforced it in this life, calling you a monster, I need you to see the monsters now. You need to stop letting others define you, especially ones that are acting like monsters themselves. What are you feeling now?
I look at them, and they're like completely paralyzed. They're like statues. They don't move at all. They're like freeze.
Okay.
Freeze forever. Damned forever.
Good.
Now they feel torture because they are just kept in this body that cannot move anymore. But their mind is completely alive, but they cannot do anything. It's just imprisoned in their own body. I don't have enough power to get out of it. Anyway.
Let them take responsibility for their karma and their confusion, and let them sort that out. It's not your problem. It's not your job to sort out their confusion. You're the one in therapy, not them. So you continue to release their confusion, their madness, and chaos, and sense yourself coming out of that concentration camp. I need you to know that this can finish. You don't have to wait for them to decide when it finishes. The Nazis, nor your parents in this life. You don't need to wait anymore, which I know has been a very huge concern of yours, this waiting to be tortured again, waiting for the next experiment, waiting for the next rape, waiting for the next surgery without anesthesia. It's been hell. It's been a very, very long hell for you. It begins to end when you start seeing yourself leaving there, including everybody there, the victims and the victimizers. You have to leave them there. When they're ready to work through this, they will. Until then, you need to get out first.